Hello Saloni.
Hello, Sitaram.
Hello everyone. Welcome to our dry needling vlog. So the workshop started at 9 a.m. From 8:30 to 9 we had our breakfast. From 9 to around 1 or 2 p.m. it was the first part of the session, which was followed by lunch, and later we had the second part of the session, which was till 5 to 6 p.m. On our way to the workshop.
First half of the first day was dedicated towards the theory part, in which Sir explained to us what exactly dry needling is, how it works, and what are the mechanisms by which we can use the dry needling process. After which, in the second half of the first day, we proceeded to do dry needling for the hand, forearm, foot, and the calf regions. For the workshop, we were provided with a notepad, a pen, the course transcript, and practice needles.
Probably might get a bit of heaviness. Any other sensation of heaviness, fullness, something very fine. Anybody got a
So we start by palpating the area we wish to needle. After that, we remove the paper covering of the needles, dislodging the plastic tip holding the needle in place. And the final step, needling. So it is palpating.
सबसे बेस्ट बात तो खाना ही है, अब दबा के खाएंगे.
How was the first day of workshop?
It was good, and we got knowledge about how to palpate various muscles, and it was very descriptive. Same.
Aha! And more importantly about the difference between acupuncture and dry needling, and how some things are correlated, but now it is the Western approach underlying the anatomy and physiology, and how important we have got to know from our college. Anatomy and physiology are very important, but now we actually came to know why it is important, and every treatment boils down to the physiological effect, which will give you the results. So yeah.
The workshop was very good. We are not afraid of pinprick anymore. So that is a good news.
And
for
if you
all of
want to
us.
get needled, you can contact any one of us.
Business. This is my sweat. I know, but I did business.
I would not. The second day, we did needling for the spine, the scapula, and the shoulder muscles, and the muscles of the hip, followed by few remaining muscles that we had left out.
Day
2. We did this workshop under Dr. Prakash Rao sir. We knew a lot about him and knew that the workshop will be good. But not all workshops are good. So if you are planning to do a workshop, make sure that you ask and research about it by talking about it with your seniors or other people who have done the course before joining it. went for the workshop, very few of us were actually aware of what dry needling is. So what we learned, and what I would like to explain to you in simple terms of what dry needling is, that dry needling is a science in which you use a very thin and a very minute needle which goes into the muscles and treats something called as a trigger point. So let's understand what is a trigger point. So our muscles are meant to perform movement, but at times, because of certain reasons, the muscle is not able to function at its optimum, and because of this, there are certain processes that go inside the muscles which leads to formation of certain nodules or an ischemic spots in the muscle which are known as trigger points. These trigger points are painful on palpation and also hamper the muscle from performing its optimum functioning.
What will be the cost of the workshop? It might depend on your city. For us, it was around 6 to 7k. If there were a group of students from a particular college, you might even get group discounts. So now the next question is, should you do this workshop? According to me, if you go to a guy who practices dry needling, he might say, okay, just do dry needling, cupping doesn't work. If you go to a guy who does only cupping, he might say ki only do cupping, dry needling might not work. And if you go to a guy who doesn't do neither of them, might say ki okay, don't do both, just focus on the anatomy and physiology and the basics which you have learned in your college. So you have to find this for yourself. If you have watched Karate Kid, the ending where there is a use of cups and heat for the treatment purpose, and acupuncture is also something which is used from many years back. Now it is the modern approach of saying it dry needling. The ancient treatment approaches, they mostly focused on something called energies and healing and some divine power out there, but now it is a western approach where they focus on the anatomy and the physiology, and they are almost not completely but trying to do the same which was done back then, but the definition and the approach towards the treatment is just slightly different. So you have to find for yourself, and the best way to find this out is taking the course and trying it on patients, and then you can decide whether okay, you should be practicing this or not. So yeah, that was the vlog, and we hope you got all the answers regarding dry needling. See you in the next video.